Yeah. Hello, wonderful viewers. How are you all doing today? Welcome. Welcome once again to the broadcast of today. And the title for today's broadcast is this one here, Breaking from the Spell. Set it up there again. Breaking from the Spell. That is the title for today's broadcast. Huh? But today's broadcast is going to be a different one entirely. Yeah, it's going to be a different one entirely. So let me just give a little rundown or highlight of what we are going to talk about today. Yeah, so you have an idea of what's to come. Yeah, maybe that will keep you glued to your seat so that you will listen. All right. Um, First, the one on your screen is from a South African. He said, America can take Traore. They will destroy the land, capture him. And there's nothing any African can do about it, the entire Africa. You know, he is an influencer in South Africa. He's a South African, an influencer. Very good. Number two, we are going to look into the school system of South Africa. We have three videos to show you the type of people South Africans are. That is to prove a point that some people were created for destruction, not just condemnation. God just created them. That your purpose of me creating you is to destroy you. Why some God created and say, yours, I just condemned you, but some is perfectly for destruction. And it's a sad thing. There's nothing anyone can do about it. You see, just like Ivory Coast, that's how South Africa is. They are the darling of the West because they don't exist. They don't exist at all. They can do anything with them at any time. Yeah. Then number three, or perhaps number four, is about a Nigerian northerner, an Hausa guy to be specific, based in the US. And he's going to throw certain lights into the Nigerian project and why the Nigeria as a country needs to break and why the northerners needs to be cast away from Nigeria, because these people are backward people that love darkness and hate light passionately. So those are the issues that we are going to talk about here. And we have a couple of damning videos that's going to support what we have to say here today. We have a couple of damning videos that's going to support what we have to say here today. So we're going to start up with a guy from South Africa, an influencer. And I'll need you all to listen to this particular one coming from him. So we are going to shoot right into it so that we all will have the understanding of why Africa is irredeemable. Then we'll give you the videos of the high school in South Africa, what's happening right now. I mean, like now. So that you all will understand that there is no hope. So to those that are championing the cause or the project of Pan-Africanism and African Union and all those rubbish, all those trash that was created by Queen Elizabeth, and you people are dying for it. You see, when we have a generation that is like this and they have influencers, public speakers that knows nothing, both male and female, they are all prostitutes, they know nothing. and they represent the interests of the general bunch of the nation or the people. Oh God, just forget it. There is a popular adage that says, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. Another one says, an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. An African adage said, the insect that eats the leaf lives right inside the leaf. It is there eating it up. So you don't need to look far to look for what is destroying the leaf. Whatsoever that is doing it is in there. You know? So these are the angles that we need to narrow down. If the generation of Africa is like this, then I believe I should support Emmanuel Macron. Oh yes. And I will support Donald Trump. Oh yes. There's no hope. Let no one deceive themselves. There is no hope. They project South Africa as a beacon of light. That they are educated, they speak good English and all that rubbish. Is it by putting on clothes, coming out to move slicky? Does that make you intelligent? Bandits. Bandits everywhere, officially. Does it make you look good? If it was an African that owns Facebook, I'm sure it will be difficult for anyone to see that person. But look at Zuckerberg, how simple he looks and how simple he dresses. Look at Bill Gates. I'm not exonerating this bunch because they are demons on their own, you know. Look at Bill Gates. Even look at Elon. With all their billions, yet they look simple. What matters is what they have up here. The Africans have it. The answer is yes. But can they display it? The answer is no. Why can they not display it in Africa? Because of wickedness. The heart of a black man is deadly. Not just desperately wicked, but desperately deadly. That is the heart of a black man. We are talking about true freedom. True freedom. A young man called Ibrahim Traore. They are working on it, fighting so hard to establish it. Then another young man, young idiots from Nigeria, Burna Boy, Reno Omokri, Very Dark Man, Deji Adeyanju. These are the finest crops, you understand? The finest crops of Nigerians are coming out to attack that guy, Ibrahim Traore. They call him all sorts of names and call him a dictator. Yesterday, I brought you all a video here. Nigerian uniformed men whipping a lady ruthlessly and mercilessly. That is not dictatorship. That is love. That is pure love. Burna Boy will not see it. Very Dark Man will not see it. Reno Omokri will not see it. Deji Adeyanju will not see it. Ebuka Obi will not see it. Peter Obi will not see it. Just name it. They will never ever see it. Even your so-called articulate, Atiku Abubakar, they will never see it. Or do I want to call the holiness Redeem Adeboye and Kumuyi? They will never see it. Is that not dictatorship? Now, while we are hammering down on Nigerians and blacks for their lackadaisical attitude of I don't care, we have another idiot from South Africa, another fool coming out to talk trash, and he's a public speaker, an influencer. So my point here now is, if those that speaks for you in the public are like this, so if we are going to speak against those people, or we just give out the blanket, you people are like this. We know that there are good people, they are very good people. But because this one came out to represent you and speak for you, and it went viral, because of that, we'll come after that person and after the rest. Because if you are well cultured, you won't take that step. You will never ever take that step. Listen to what the man had to say. Then we'll now move it to the foundation, because he said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? There is no foundation in South Africa. No foundation. Do you know why? Because the basic purpose of the home, the family system has been, it's not just polluted, it has been removed completely. So you can give birth to anything and they decide to become anything. You understand? It's only in South Africa that I saw some time ago. They said he was born gay, she was born gay. I've never ever heard of that thing before, and I've never ever seen it. How can you be born gay? It's a law. Don't worry, you always see, you will see the show is on. We are trying to break from the spell, but some eggheads are trying to hold back the spell and establish it firmly. But the spell must break. All right? So listen to this very video now and hear what the guy had to say. Then we'll tear it down a little bit.
USA can remove Traoré tomorrow, and there's nothing Africans can do. That's the claim made by Va Mabunda, a South African influencer, and it shook the internet. But is he right? Or is he echoing the same colonial mindset Africa has been fighting?
I don't know. Should be able to fix it. That's what the guy said. He said that USA can remove Traoré and there's nothing Africa can do about it. Which is
USA can remove Traoré tomorrow, and there's nothing Africans can do. That's the claim made by Va Mabunda, a South African influencer.
I know what's going on
shook
here.
The internet. But is he right? Or is he echoing the same colonial mindset Africa has been fighting for centuries? President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso isn't just a leader. He's a symbol of a new Africa, an Africa that expelled foreign troops, reclaimed its mines, and said, no more puppets. Mali stood up. Niger stood up. Now Chad wants to join the Sahel Alliance. African unity is no longer a dream. It's a movement. So, to say there's nothing we can do, that's not the truth. That's surrender. Because this time, Africa is not bowing. It's building, rising, uniting. And if anyone thinks they can remove Traoré that easily, let them try. A whole continent is watching.
Let it restart.
USA can remove Traoré tomorrow, and there's nothing Africans can do.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's cutting off.
USA can remove Traoré tomorrow, and there's nothing Africans can do. That's the claim made by Va Mabunda, a South African influencer, and it shook the internet. But is he right? Or is he echoing?
I don't know why it had to break off, so I quickly had to move over to the next side. This is a school in South Africa. So let's get back there, because I needed it to come up with the South African influencer that made that statement. Let me pause these bandits. Let it keep rolling. Let it keep rolling. We'll talk about it. So all right. He rightly said that USA can remove Traoré. They can capture him, arrest him, and take him away. There's nothing Africa can do about it. But he forgot that there is what is called the human spirit that is resilient. You cannot conquer the body and at the same time conquer the spirit or the soul. There must be a pushback. And that is when you know that humanity is all that matters. People are quick. Well, I won't say people are quick to forget history, because these ones, they don't even know history. They don't even know anything academics. You know, they believe in coming out looking good. Ask them questions about history. They don't know. Even ask them questions about their own history, their own ancestral history. They don't know. Because if they know their ancestral history and their ancestral rights as South Africans, there will never be anywhere in South Africa that you will find lesbians, gays, and homosexuals and everything. LGBTQ, WRSTY. You know, that kind of nonsense crap. You can never, ever find it anywhere. If these people know their history, if they know their ancestral rights, it will never, ever happen here. And if they know their history and their ancestral rights, They will never ever be surplus to requirements. They will not be a white elephant project. They will never. Huh? That's why they can come out and say rubbish. Now, this is a high school. This is a school in South Africa. High school. You can see the students. They call this one freeze. A teacher will come into the class. The students will just stand. They will ignore the teacher. They will stand, you know, like they pause them with a remote control. They will stay like that until the teacher goes. They don't receive lectures at all in class in South Africa. This is ongoing right now. This is a trend in South Africa. That is why someone can come out and say, USA can remove, arrest Traore, destroy Africa, and there's nothing Africans can do. This is the reason why Ramaphosa can go to the White House and he will get ambushed and treated like a schoolboy because there is no foundation. There's no, see, in South Africa, there is no foundation for anything. It's rotten, it's decayed, it's removed. These are the future of tomorrow. This is what is trending in South Africa. They don't give regards to academic anymore. Everything about education is zero. It is completely closed. You go to school, this is what happens. You don't have right to talk to them as a teacher. You don't have right to scold them. You don't have right to correct them and so on. The moment you try it, the police will come and pick you up. Next thing you see yourself in court. From court, they put you in the jail, you know. And the students are there. So do you want to tell me that these people are humans? Sometimes, it is better to take them to certain facilities where they rear animals and put them there. This is what parents go through in South Africa. They spend all their money to send their children to school. This is how they behave. Later, the exams will come. They will fail woefully. Then the parents will come with weapons to kill the teachers at school. These students you see here, they kill their teachers. And nothing happens to them. The parents will attack the teachers, that the teachers are not performing their duties. Why are we paying you your salary since you cannot teach our children? These are the children that one can teach. Or one should go in, stick your neck out and teach them. They are not doing the teachers. They are not doing any one of us. They are doing themselves. To these ones, the future doesn't matter. It is now. And what is a now? Foolishness. Look at them. Look at how they freeze. It's a trend. This is what is going. Look at students. Look at how they are dressed. And judging from their uniform, you should know that this is not an ordinary school. Right? Look at them. Just listen. This is what goes on in South Africa. The teacher is stunned. She's looking around. Then she leaves the class. These are students in South Africa. Now, this next one that is coming up on your screen, this very next one, today's broadcast is going to be quick. You know? The next one that is coming up on your screen, all right, is a bunch of students in a classroom. As soon as the teacher walks in, the entire classroom left. They left. Immediately, the teacher was stunned. The man was there watching them. Look at the way they just messed the teacher up. Now, let's put it there. This is it. Let me take it back. Now, stop. That's the teacher. Let me remove that title. Because that title doesn't... we are trying to break away from the spell. But these ones, they are the spell themselves. These are the people that we are trying to break away from. So let's remove breaking from the spell. Now, this is a classroom. You can see, the moment the teacher walks in, just see the response. See how the teacher got treated. And the man walked behind them just to see what's actually happening. They all walked out. The entire classroom walked out, literally on the teacher. They will fail. They will fail because naturally these people know nothing. And I wonder, when America starts rating people that are intelligent, educational wise, and everything, they put South Africa, they remove Nigeria. I start laughing. They put South Africa, they remove Nigeria. These are the educated people that South America is praising, that they are very educated. These are they. You walk into the classroom as a teacher, the entire class exited, they left, and they walked away. It's happening now. If they don't freeze, they walk away. Sometimes they stone the teachers. Sometimes they do it. From January to January. Now, do you know the most shocking part of this now in South Africa? Is that the education board have reduced the pass mark, the percentage, to 30%. 30%. If a student can make 30%, then you move over to the next class. You get promoted. 30%. Next time, they'll move it down to 20% education in South Africa. The highest a student should score now is not even the lowest. The highest a student should score is 30%. So lowest can get up to 5%. Academic-wise, it is happening now, right now, as we are speaking, it's happening right now, South Africa. That's why a man called an influenza, a sickness, a virus, can come out and say, America will just march into Burkina Faso and arrest. America should have marched into South Africa and carry Malema for talking. Idiots that knows nothing about international laws and limitations. They can go there, do anything, and walk away. Nobody will talk. They have forgotten what led to the First World War. All right? You can have the weapons. They have forgotten the order at the Kremlin that made Vladimir Putin who he is today. When there was an uprising in the Kremlin, they ordered Putin, he was a KGB soldier. He headed the battalions, go and crush the protesters. When they say crush, it means eliminate them, vaporize them. The military went there to shoot. Putin ordered them. Put down your guns. These are Russians. We can't shoot them. That's why the Russian people love Putin till today. Tiananmen Square massacre in the 80s. Students made uprising. China rolled out weapon of war, armored tank, plane, and everything. They shot all the students. How many died that day? I'm sure millions died till today. But the same thing should have happened in Russia. Putin said, never, I can't shoot Russians. That's why they love him till today. Then they killed just one person. It led to the breakout of war, First World War. So now America, almighty America, you have the right. You just cross over, cross the Atlantic, you land inside Burkina Faso, you go and arrest Traore. For what? Did he commit any crime? Even if he commits a crime, is it your country? All the political leaders in Nigeria, in fact in Africa, that are criminals, how many have they arrested? This is what we say. When the people that represent you and speaks for you, they are full of trash. Nonsense like this happens. When the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? In this scenario, the teachers are the righteous. What can they do? Go to the homes of these children. They are wayward. Wayward. Look at how they all exited the class. Let me play it once again. Look at how they all exited the class. The other one froze. Look at it. They are all walking out immediately. And this is a nation. This is a youth. Youth of a country. Future leaders. Look at them. Look at them walking out. So who is to blame for this decadence? The entire country is to be blamed. The constitution of the country is messed up. It's to be blamed. Huh? The government cannot institute a law and force it. Go to school and learn. Never. Human rights. Human rights kill una there. Bandits everywhere. Bandits everywhere. What is going on? And it is a right. It's a right. Now we are going to move over to the next one. This is the next one. Let me pause it. This is another classroom. This is another teacher walking into the classroom. These are three different schools. Look at how all the students freeze. This is a nationwide trending scenario. It's fun. These are high school students. From here, straight to the varsity. From the varsity, they come out. From coming out, they go and represent the country. Then when you ask them simple questions, not even technical questions, simple questions, they will never ever answer you. They will never ever answer you. They start talking off point. That's why Macron says Africans cannot rule themselves. That's why Donald Trump said truly they cannot rule themselves. Right? When we see things like this, listen, we are going to see. I said today's broadcast is loaded. Alright? It's loaded. So we are going to put our things, but we will definitely be within the 1 hour mark for today. Less than that. Less than that. Because we have a lot to deal with. These ones, we are just pushing them off quickly so that we will be able to attend to other important issues. So just listen and watch.
Sister Bettina, all right. In the meantime, oh shit, it's happening tonight. In the meantime,
What is happening on my bureau?
And the teacher is talking, they ignored her. On the table. You see how they stood? Just look at every single one of them. And she left. And she left. Do you know the funny thing? The funniest part of this is that they are the ones that use their own hand to upload it online. They feel they are catching fun. They feel it's a cruise. To them, it's something that they should be proud of. This is their formative stages where they become responsible people. This is it. Later they turn around and they say it is Nigerians that caused this problem. Does this look like a Nigerian trend? In Nigeria, your ancestors are not even complete for you to behave like this. That day, you will realize how cool and how good hellfire is. Because what will rain down on you that day in Nigeria, you will never ever try this nonsense. You will never. Later they will say it is Nigerians that are, we have to put this one and we have to sound this way. Because tomorrow they will say it is Nigerians that taught their students or their children this nonsense. That is what they will do. It is always common for everyone to say, oh, it's Nigeria. Like what is going on in America now? They brought out damning reports about Nigeria. Nigerians ignored it, which was fabricated lies. They ignored it. Nobody had attended to it. Today now, because of that simple thing, the Nigerian community in America is facing a rough time. So now they are doing damage control, trying to restore it, but it's too late. So now this is the foundation. Tomorrow they say, oh, it's Nigerians that got their daughters corrupt. These girls here, do they look like Nigerians? Do they look like Nigerians? Do they look like Zimbabweans? They are quick to point the finger at someone else, but the parents cannot point the fingers to themselves for not being able to raise their children the right way. The scripture says, bring up a child the way they should grow. Does these people here look like people that came out from a home? Do these children look like people that came out from a home? The answer is no. Tomorrow they celebrate. There is a guy they call Zimuzi or Simuzi. I don't know his name. A transgender guy. Tomorrow they celebrate people like that. There's another one called Wabantu. Tomorrow they celebrate people like that. These are the trans that never did anything academically. Those are their role models. Look at the teacher got frustrated and she left. These are 3 different videos, 3 different schools. It's happening as we speak. They call it the freeze challenge. They don't listen to teachers. They just wake up in the morning, they go to school. The parents pay the school fees. If you don't pay, the police will arrest you. Government will arrest you. Then if you want to discipline your child, they will lock you up. You see, the entire system is messed up. The entire system is messed up. So if you're a South African and you get to see this message, you want to feel offended. First and foremost, ask yourself the question, why are you getting angry with this, our message? With our disposition? Why? Then if you get offended because we sounded like this, then something must be wrong with you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. This is what is trending in your country. This is what is trending. They pay money. The parents worked hard for that money to send them to school. This is how they are wasting their parents' money. Alright? They smoke, they drink, they do all those nonsense at school. This is how they live their lives. Then tomorrow you point fingers on someone else and say they are the ones that corrupted your children. How can someone leave their country, come to your country and corrupt you? Then that means something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Any immigrant that leaves their country of origin and gets into a host country, the country that hosted them or accepted them to live within them, alright? That immigrant only came there for economic purpose, just to survive, just to stay alive, alright? And have a little sense of good life. Nobody will leave their country, come into your country to pollute your country intentionally, apart from those that will come with religious ideology, such as the Muslim guys. Alright? Apart from those people. Even at that, they see the Muslim guys wouldn't corrupt your people to this kind of stage. You only give them their religious ideology. Look at an entire country in 3 different places, not even in one province or one region. Everywhere across the country. This is what is trending. These are students. These are the ones they use taxpayers' money to raise. This is how the taxpayers' money goes up in smoke. This is how it goes up in smoke. So with that, we are done with that side. We are diving into the last section. We ought to play Traore's response to Obama, but we might not do that today. This is just a quick video, a quick one. We need to clear the house, so we have space to do others. All right? Now, I'm going to pause this guy here and fix it this way. Now we are going to deal with this. This is a northern Nigerian man. He's a northern Nigerian man, an Hausa by tribe, based in the United States. You're looking at him, right? You can call him a Jamaican because he looks like a Jamaican, someone from the Caribbean, you know? So now, he is shedding light into not even the decadence or the pitiable condition of the North. He's exposing the rottenness of the North to the core. He said something about Nigeria will never ever be able to move forward as long as the North remains with Nigeria because of their religious ideology, their Islamic religious ideology, which has been an impediment to growth, and how they have vowed vehemently to remain backward in perpetuity. Right? So, he also says something about the Quran. That the Quran said if you cannot train children and raise them up the right way, you don't need to bring them into the world. Now, why will you give birth to lots of children and turn them to amajiri? Amajiri means beggars. You give them begging bowl and they move about the neighborhood with their begging bowl or the community with their begging bowl like a medal or a certificate just to beg. So the guy is not pleased about it. And the things he said to some could be, oh, he's just exaggerating. No, he's saying the pure truth. The Sahel got fed up of this thing and they said they are not cut out for any religious ideology anymore. They are sick and tired of it. They chased those ones out. They went down to Nigeria, which now became their safe haven. So the Sahel is developing with speed of light. So what is happening? What's happening? Nigeria is retrogressive. Nigeria is going backward. So you will hear from the guy. It's going to speak for you to hear from him.
The thing I've had to accept since I've been here, Hausas, my tribe, my people, unfortunately are not going to allow Nigeria to become what it's meant to be. The mindset of the northern Nigerians are going to destroy this country. I'm sorry to say it. So this is an idea I had, right? It was very simple. Raise money, build orphanages, massive orphanages, and pick up the Almajiris off the street. Take the Almajiris off the street. Teach them engineering. Teach them tech. Teach them coding. Take them off the streets and teach them, try to get them up to par so they can compete. And I brought up how every time I had this conversation, I would bring up the 4 Indian kids, the 4 Indian boys, like 10-year-old boys that were online, they were doing the live chat and building an app. Every time I bring up this idea to a northerner, the first thing they ask is, well, what about Islam? What about Qur'ani? What about Islamic school? When I say I have met incredible resistance to the idea of taking these boys off the streets and getting them to join the global age. Like, my mindset is this. Every corner you go in northern Nigeria, there are 5 people willing to teach these boys Islamic school, Quran. There are 10 people willing to teach them everything they need to learn about Islam. Why isn't there anyone willing to teach them anything else? So when I brought that up, some people were like, I had people going, it will never happen unless I have to teach them Islamic curriculum in the schools. I said, you don't understand. Northern Nigerians are against the idea of changing the trajectory and the outcomes of Almajiris. They say Almajirenchi, which is what it is embedded in our culture. And here's the thing, no, it's not. And as a Muslim, it's haram. I fucking said it. Any northern Nigerian that wants to step the fuck up, do it. It is haram. Because you are not allowed to bring a child into this world that you cannot raise. And there are fuck ton of Hausa men and women who have babies with no intention of, they know they will only take care of that child to a certain age, then they'll pawn that child off. There are a fuck ton of imams, men in the north, who rely on these kids for a living. They send these boys out every day to go earn a living to come back and give them. I thought of an idea that, look, we need to find a way to raise money, build orphanages, teach these boys tech, teach them engineering, teach them robotics, let them compete with the global populace. And every time I bring this up, every fucking Hausa person I tell this shit to wants to argue with me. They say it's not going to. They are vehemently against this. So I need you to understand, I need to ask you, how will Nigeria as a fucking country compete with the likes of Ghana, South Africa, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, when the northern Nigeria is part of Nigeria? The most fucked up thing I'm going to have to say as a Hausa man is, for Nigeria to advance, they have to get rid of Hausa. They have to get the north, Nigeria, it can never work. This is a sad, sad realization that it can never work. Like, this is insane. And I am Hausa. This is fucking crazy. Wait, let me show you something. Right here, this is attestation of citizenship from New York. As you can see, I am from Shanono local Gwamang in Kano State. I am as fucking northern Hausa as it fucking gets. I am as Abuki as it could possibly fucking get. And I am saying, Nigeria, to win, to compete on the global stage, Nigeria will have to get rid of the north. It will not happen with my people are actively holding this country back. It is so fucking insane.
Now, you heard what the guy said. For Nigeria to move forward, that his own people, the northerners, we need to amputate them, cut them off. That his people are beyond redemption. That his people are useless. When we come out to talk about our own people, how useless and fucked up their mentality is, they get offended. They say, ancient people, you don't need to say that about us. You don't need to wash our dirty linen in the public. Sometimes, when you ought to clean up yourself from the inside and you refuse, after so much advice, multitude of advices coming and corrections coming, yet you refuse, then the dirty linen will be brought to the public. Regardless of who might feel slighted, it has to be brought to the public. That's why we are ancient to do. That's why the only correction that we make is not to speak for political correctness. We just lay it out bare. So no matter how hard or offended you feel, someday, if you still have the heart of a man in you and blood still runs through your veins, you will sit down and say, hey, what this guy said after all is the truth. We need to expose these things. Look at a northerner being offended. I saw, how old was the boy? Shakib. He wasn't up to 5 years. In Liverpool. The moment he comes out and asks him, what's the time? He looks at the time. All right? He gets to understand that if it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he had to sit down and read or do certain chores, you know. If it's 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 p.m., he just has to hit his bedroom. The moment you ask him the time, he looks at it. As little as he was then, he wasn't up to 5 years. These are the Westerners, Scotland. We went down to Liverpool in England. We saw it there. This is how they bring up their children and they know these things. Then they turn around and tell you, oh, we are giving you human left, aka human rights. Then you become stupid, you become porous. There is not even a South African lady. There are South Africans now. One thing I love about them is sometimes, if they are coming out to stand firm and say the truth, they come out and say it. I used to see, I can't remember his name, but it's a South African guy. He tongue lashes his people always. Then another lady, the same thing. She's also a South African lady. She's calling out the apostasy, the error, the rottenness in the system. And I urge every single one of us, wherever you come from, call out the errors of that place. That is the true revolution that will bring about the change. That is the best thing, the best definition of revolution. You must look inward and point out the errors that is inward. This is an Hausa guy. They told him heaven and earth, and I'm quite sure they would have threatened his life. But he wasn't born in America. He went to America some years ago. He came back, his eyes is open. So to those that are awkward, mental-wise. They need to leave their country of origin and live somewhere else amongst other people in other nations, in other lands. So when they stay there for a while, they go back home, their mentality will change. They will see the real light. They will see the truth. Look at how the guy is saying that Nigeria, if you people must go forward, and for Nigeria to be okay, that amputate the north, cut off my people are useless. Have you all forgotten the Imam of Peace? Have you all forgotten the son of Hamas? These are people standing up, criticizing the wickedness of their own people. So when we point out errors, something made us to point it out because there is a lot to talk about, a lot to do. Suddenly, in the African culture, LGBTQ, WSYZ now becomes part of our culture. Where is it done? The message is for the South Africans and the rest of Africans, including the Kenyans. These are the two people that champion the cause, South Africa and Kenya. Where is it done? If our fathers were to be alive today, they would disown every single one of us for supporting such a demonic ideology. Where did it come from? The sweat of the founding fathers of South Africa, the ones that fought for your liberation. You people made their sweat a mess. You wasted it by behaving this way. The mess that is coming from the Nigerian side, the founding fathers of Nigeria, if they had known that it would be like this, they will simply leave them and walk away. But at some point, righteous speakers will rise up that will speak against the wickedness, because this decadence, this wickedness started someday and the end has come. We'll preach against it until it ends. Go to school, learn and compete. Don't go to school, come out and become worse and become a raving lunatic. Don't do that. Youth, future leaders of tomorrow, indeed. Indeed. And I believe that we have come to the end of today's broadcast. We have come to the emphatic end of today's broadcast. Because the broadcast is not meant to go this way. We have something else in stock that we needed to trash and iron out. But because of this foolishness, this vile wickedness, we decided to look this way and address it. This is barely 50 minutes. So there's no need to play the Obama clip. It's almost 30 minutes, and I don't want to go beyond 1 hour. So we are ending the program here. See you the next time. We have other things to do. So from us here in the studio to you out there, we say bye-bye. Let this be a message that will trigger something in you positively. Like we say, share this program. Share it. Share it to effect a change. And for the man that said that America can walk in, he knows nothing about the resilience of the human spirit. The day America will cross that line and abuse the law, that day, what power will remove from them? God can never ever be mocked. You can't spill the lives or blood of humans thinking that you are Alpha and Omega. There had been superpowers long before now, before America came to stage. And there are more superpowers that will still rise after America falls. So if they want to hasten up their fall, let them go ahead and do this. We are coming with other programs of how America murdered our people, how they tested syphilis when they invented it, how they tested polio when they invented it on Africans, on us. So America is no saint at all. That is the message for today. Think about it. Let this be a sober reflection in you. And to you, the student that wants to be a raving lunatic, keep it up. It is your future. It is your destiny. Your parents have done the one they can. The laws of the land have corrupted you and given you so much power to become a bunch of idiots. But don't worry. Your rulers, their children and their children's children will rule over you people eternally. That is why they gave you the right to be stupid. But their children always go to school. Ask Ramaphosa, ask Jacob Zuma, ask Tambo Mbeki and others that have ruled you. Have you ever seen any of their children behave like this? The answer is no. You always graduate as doctors, engineers, philosophers, and so on. They are always focused. Have you seen them act this way? The answer is no. Have they ever reduced academics percentage or score mark to 30% for them? The answer is no. The children of Ramaphosa, they score from 80% above, but you, 30%, and you are proud. You are proud. Don't worry. They have reduced your value in life to 30%. That's what they reduced it to. Then you use your own hand to reduce it to 2%. That is the way it's going to remain. Thank you all. I'll see you all in the next one.